Tensions are on the rise once again at the Afghan-Pakistan border. At least 6 civilians and an Afghan soldier have been killed and nearly 20 injured after clashes erupted between the Pakistani military and the Taliban army at the Spin Boldak. The violence broke out on Sunday. An order was later maintained. Afghan media reports say that casualties occurred after a mortar landed near the Spin Boldak gate.
Talibani فوجان جنگ کو و مرمر را بدا کدای کو مشکل دا چلر ور واسطه نور مرمم دي مشکل بلا عام خلق قوه کو مشکل قالو ګر ځای کو مشکل ډیر خلک زخمیان عام خلک شیدانم سي
د بارډر سره आवाज ټکاو شان شروع سم د بارډر په میدان आवाज د ترال ګدامول د ځنجان سی ولاړو یاره یو عوام نه وګرځي هغه شت په داخلي کې و مشکل ډیر غټه لنبه پورس بیا مو پر د کوزا ولاړ د پاکستان په مخ ده دنیا سره ولاړ نقطه زنجان ولاړ د لګړیان ولاړ د ګاډیان ولاړ بارا بل عوام نه بل عوام سره غټه لنبه وکاوا ور سره و بیا ز بیا راس بیا ز په ځان نه پوسو.
Pakistan, however, claims the attack was intentional. A military official said that more than a dozen civilians were wounded by the quote-unquote unprovoked and indiscriminate fire by the Afghans, and added that their troops gave a befitting response against the attack, but avoided targeting innocent civilians in the process. Refuting Pakistan's claims, a Taliban official in Kandahar said that the incident was accidental and the situation returned to normal after the two sides had a meeting. Clashes between the Taliban army and the Pakistan military have been a recurring incident at the Spin Boldak border, situated near the Chaman province in Balochistan. The border crossing is referred to as Friendship Gate, while both sides often ironically table complaints of encroachment or violence on one another. Dr. Hamid Almashriqi is a strategic and international affairs expert. He is now joining us live from Lahore. Dr. Hamid, thank you for joining us on WION. Authorities closed the Chaman Spin Boldak border crossing on November 13th due to clashes. What's the real story behind this crossing? Why is it significant and why do clashes keep recurring?
Thank you very much, Eric. Actually, to be honest, this incident is very sad. And it was unprovoked firing by Afghan forces. But as you said, it is very important, position or places there that sometimes they both want to build a closest check post to monitor each other's activity or movement from the borders. But the only thing is that Pakistan's stance is very clear about it, that there are certain areas where the checkposts cannot be built because it is like entering in the territory of the Pakistani borders. Because these Chaman border, if you go into there and if you see, you hardly can differentiate between Pakistan and Afghan border. The same villages, within the same village, half villages in Pakistan, sometimes half villages in Afghanistan. So this is very, I should say, sensitive border, but the both countries and the both forces has to make, sensible decisions before doing any kind of shelling or firing, because it kills the innocent civilians and it is the losses of the civilians of both sides. And there has to be, the matter must be investigated, and the both diplomats should sit together and find some kind of pattern where how to do the monitoring and patrolling of the Afghan-Pakistan border. As you know, Durand Line is one of the longest border of the Pakistan, and it is very hard to monitor there as well. And we had many incidents in past as well. But right. I think so that is time when Pakistan and Afghan forces has to sit together and define some kind of formula to how to monitor the border and avoid this kind of incidents.
Right. Dr. Hamid, there are clear signs that Pakistan's leverage with the Afghan Taliban seems to be slipping fast. What's causing this discomfort?
I think there are a few things by Afghan Taliban current government that Pakistan feel that they have not fulfilled some of their promises to the international community. And Pakistan is trying to help Afghanistan as much as Pakistan can do, and Pakistan will carry on helping Afghanistan. But on the other hand, the cooperation is reciprocal. You have to see what the other side is doing in response to that. And unfortunately, the response from the Afghan Taliban government is not that good at all, especially in terms of women education, in terms of women rights. And then with Pakistan-Afghan trade, Pakistan is helping Afghanistan as much as Pakistan can do it. But there is a lot of measures which needs to be taken for the confidence building measures, so that Pakistan and Afghanistan's relations are already with Taliban was very good. And still, I don't have much doubt about the relations, but there are some hiccups which needs to be addressed. Otherwise, this can get worse.
Finally, Dr. Hamid, how big of a threat is the Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, or the TTP, to Pakistan's tribal areas and security forces? And what impact is a group having on the relations between Pakistan and Afghanistan?
Of course, that is one of the biggest factor, Eric, which is affecting the relations between Pakistan and Afghanistan is Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan. Pakistan have declared TTP as a terrorist organization. Pakistan wants Afghan government to take a strong action against the leadership who's taking the living in the TTP as a safe haven in Afghanistan as safe haven. And until and unless Afghan Taliban leadership would not take a proper action against them, they will carry on targeting Pakistani civilian and attacking terrorist attacks in Pakistan. And Pakistan's been very much convinced that this is Afghan government's responsibility to take actions against Taliban, Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan. And I think sometimes for their internal reasons, they have not been able to take those actions which Pakistan's been demanding for the last 7-8 months. And it is affecting the relations between Pakistan and Afghanistan government. But eventually, Pakistan will keep taking action, against all the terrorists who are doing the terrorism in Pakistan, whether it is supported by any country or any proxies or anyone. But Pakistan's stance against terrorism is very clear, that Pakistan will not let anybody interfere in Pakistani soil and will not allow any terrorism in Pakistan. And the Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan is the declared terrorist organization. Pakistan demands Afghan government to take a proper action against all the leaderships and the members of Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, so that the both countries can enjoy a better diplomatic, business, trade, and public relations.
All right. I've been talking to Dr. Hamid Almashriqi. He is a strategic and international affairs expert live from Lahore. Dr. Hamid, thank you very much for talking to WION today.
My pleasure. Thank you very much. My pleasure.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.